Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening. And welcome back to me reviewing things. Now, we all know by now that when books are made into movies, they can be very hit or miss.
I guess I never miss home.
And today I will be reviewing yet another book that has been adapted into a film. So this book was written in 1993 by Lois Lowry, and as soon as it came out, it was an instant hit, and today it is known worldwide. If you haven't guessed it already, today I will be reviewing and comparing the Giver novel to the 2014 film adaptation. We can begin. This film is centered around Jonas, played by Brendan Thwaites, who's a normal boy soon to receive his life assignment, living in a seemingly perfect world, but little does he know it's not as perfect as he seems. When the day comes for him to discover what his future holds, he is assigned the most respected role in the community, the receiver of memory. The receiver is one of the very few people who know all the secrets behind their perfect world, for they hold all of the memories. He is trained by the past receiver, who is now referred to as the Giver, played by Jeff Bridges. As Jonas discovers more about the past, he realizes that the citizens of the community deserve to know everything that's been taken away and hidden from them for so long. Overall, I found the movie to be a lot less enjoyable than the book.
Are we shocked? No.
To me, this was a failed adaptation and quite frankly ruined the original narrative for me, which I originally had a very positive view on. Just so that you can understand and relate to why I didn't enjoy the movie, I'm going to go through 3 adaptations that made me feel the way I did. The first adaptation that I didn't enjoy was that the movie developed more of a love story between Jonas and Fiona. In the original narrative, Jonas has a little crush on his friend Fiona, which are shut down by the Stirrings medication. In the 2014 adaptation, Jonas falls in love with Fiona. He tries to show her his training and even gets her to stop taking her shots or medication so she can feel the way he did. Jonas ends up kissing Fiona multiple times in the movie. She also helps him escape in the final minutes. None of these things appeared in the 1993 novel by Lois Lowry. Another adaptation that wasn't particularly favorable was that the movie made the Chief Elder as the antagonist. It's almost like they made her into the villain. In the adaptation, the Chief Elder was made out to be the villain/antagonist of the film. In the book, the antagonist wasn't a who, but a what. It was the idea of sameness, the very thing that governed Jonas's community. But in the film, they pin antagonist on a who, on Chief Elder, portrayed by Meryl Streep. She's responsible for finding out what rules Jonas is breaking, and even confronts the Giver on Jonas's behavior. When they find out he is escaping, she sends multiple people to go find and capture him. She was even going to kill or release Fiona for helping him escape. The last adaptation that I was really disappointed with was the fact that the ending was so much different in the movie than it was in the book. In the book, there was the question of did they live or not, but in the movie, it's almost like they forced you to think a certain way.
In Lowry's book, the receiver escapes his dwelling and community in the middle of the night with Gabe, a baby also capable of receiving memories. They practically just slip away. Once people realize they are missing, drones are sent to look for them but are never successful. But this is so much different in the film. As soon as Jonas gets out of his dwelling, there's a fist fight between him and lifelong friend Asher that is followed by an intense chase through the nursery. With Fiona's help, he gets out. Then he jumps on a motorcycle and jumps off a cliff with the baby. When Asher is told to go find him beyond the borders, he does, but instead of taking him, he drops him into a lake. Now that's a good friend. In both the book and the movie, they travel through jungles, deserts, and mountains. With little food and water, they are struggling to survive. Then they find a sled, just like in the first memory that Jonas received. At the bottom of the hill, there's a home that is filled with love and happiness. That was the Giver's favorite memory. But the difference there is that when Jonas crossed the barrier in the movie, it appears as if all the memories are being returned. But in the book, that was more of a mystery. In the book, it was even more of a mystery if Jonas survived or not. Though the more action-packed ending was more entertaining, it was not what Lowry had intended.
Though it may seem like I completely hated the movie, I didn't. I liked some aspects of it, including the black and white aspect at the beginning, because I thought it was a really cool way to interpret how they couldn't see color and how everything was the same, and it helped move the storyline along. I also liked that they were a little bit older too than they were intended to be, because I feel like they could relate to the situations more, and I also really liked that it teaches multiple lessons throughout the storyline, so it's a good movie to watch with family. This film did a terrible job at understanding the main character's perspective. They skipped over the Giver as a character, even though he should have had a more prominent role. I mean, his name is The Giver. It is the title of the book and the movie. I personally thought it was overall trash, a pure waste of true talent. If you have accomplished actors in your film, you would have thought they had more screen time, but they didn't. I wouldn't recommend the movie, but I really loved the book. Thank you for watching.